I want to hit a couple George Janko greatest hits for me.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's such a cool thing to say, by the way. Thank you.
The Island Boys.
The Island Boys.
The Island Boys. I'm an island boy. I'm an island boy. Okay, so the Island Boys episode.
Yeah.
I thought you were being so sweet and kind to them.
I thought I was too.
And you were like, hey, like, it's all good. Like, you got jewelry. Like, if this doesn't work out, you can just, use your jewelry to get some assets. Like, and I thought it was so honest and just genuine. And they did not like it.
I watch it back, dude, because everybody, thank God, everybody understood where I was coming from. I think because Mike and Logan were just unloading on them the whole time, bro. Like, the whole time they were just roasting these guys, and it wasn't registering for them. And then I say something like truly from my heart, and they're like, you know what? Shut up, dude. I got more money than you, your ass. And I was like, whoa. And I was like, all right. And they got really upset, and they were getting pretty aggressive.
Yeah, they were acting like they wanted to fight or something. It was weird.
Yeah, but again, I grew up in a liquor store, so I'm not afraid of fighting. Yeah. Logan has seen a left hand where I told him, if we fight these guys, not Island Boys, but in a different situation, he's seen me be up against where I knew we were going to an emergency room, we weren't going to win. So I'm not scared of fighting. I grew up fighting, but I also had common sense that it was a misunderstanding. So I'm not going to sit here and fight these kids. And dude, I just remember I DM'd them afterwards because I looked great. Everybody that was a good moment for me, but my heart still broke because I'm like, okay, there's two kids that think I'm clowning on them, and I don't like that, bro. I don't want anybody, even if it brings me a tiny bit of success or the most amount of success, if it's hurting somebody's heart to me, it's not worth it, bro.
Yeah. You didn't want them to feel like the butt of the joke.
Well, because I was always the butt of the joke, so I know how that feels, and I didn't want them to ever look at me and be like, wow, damn, the truth is this, I love Jesus. So I don't know where these guys are with their heart. Right. And I'm known on the show for talking about Jesus. So I didn't want them to think that I was mocking them, because one day if they want to come to Jesus, they're going to be like, well, look, his son mocks us. So why would his father want us? So that really affected my heart. So I was trying to make it cool with them. And then we did have a good moment on a DM. Okay, so we were good immediately afterwards. Yeah. And then I posted a funny video because somebody made a cameo of them saying that they love George Janko. Oh. So I posted it, and I thought it was really funny, and it did really well. So
yeah, shout out to the Island Boys. I think one of them was starting to talk about Jesus more and potentially coming to the faith at some point. I don't remember the exact timeline, but I remember I saw something like that. And then, that's a lot of, they popped fast, man. They popped really fast, and they were everywhere. And then, that had to have been hard for them.
Bro, for so long, I'm not a person that talks ill about people. I mean, I do because I'm dumb and I get angry. But my natural place is to be loving to everybody. Yep. It was really weird walking around for a good year, or people yo, F Island Boys. Every time they would walk up to me, they would say that, and they would get so fired up, and then they would record me I'm gonna say something about them, and I'll be like, no, dog, you're on your own, bro. Yeah. I'm fine with them. And I would do for a year. Yep. For a year, I would sit down with people, strangers, be like, no, they're good. They're they're fine. Yeah. You gotta, and I would try to explain to them they misunderstood me and stuff. They're like, no, dude, I don't like the way they talk to you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's so funny, bro.
Yeah. Okay. Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy because I don't remember how many episodes you had out before that point.
It was my last episode of the season.
It was your last episode of the season.
And I had a dream about it a year before it happened. And it was weird, bro. Yeah. And I have it on document. I had a dream that I had an episode with him that changed my life.
Yeah.
And it went exactly the way it is.
Yeah.
I try not to talk about Andrew Tate as much because I looked really gay the last time I did.
What do you mean?
You didn't watch that video?
What video?
Bro, there's this video. My cousin went up to me and he goes, hey, yo, pause, bro. Why are you acting like that? And I go, acting like what? He goes, you look mad gay in this clip. And I said, what are you talking about, bro? I don't look gay. He goes, yeah, watch it. And then I watched it and I was like, yeah, man, that guy's gay. I watched my own stuff. I was like, yeah, he's gay.
I gotta go back and watch that.
Basically, I don't know why I described it like this, but I was just like, yeah, when I was, because here's the thing, bro. I don't like to shy away from how I feel, right? But I didn't know how I felt sounded so gay. Because I was just like, Yo, he was so tall and like I was so nervous. And like then these other dudes started making videos as if I was talking about them and it became like a really big thing.
Okay, I missed all this.
Bro, it was like the funniest thing because at the time it was so like humbling. Like as it blew up. It had like crazy streams. And then I felt like the man. And then like real quick, it just came down on that clip.
Yeah.
Whoever made that clip, they hunted for me.
Yeah. What I liked about that conversation was that was one of the few times I've seen Andrew engage with a Christian and then be like, you've given me something to think about specifically about Jesus. Because you didn't go in there trying to debate. You didn't go in there saying anything negative about Islam. You went in there and said, just like you made your case for your faith. And he was like legitimately like, you know, man, you've given me a lot to think about. And this is why Tate is scorching hot. He is scorching hot at the time. And I'd never seen anything like it before. I was like, man, this is like these different worlds colliding and converging. It was phenomenal.
Thank you. The same feeling I had with that one where people were speaking like that is I feel like they're speaking right now about the Jordan Peterson thing.
Oh yeah, I want to get to Jordan Peterson.
I think people kind of think I go in there being like, yo, I'm going to stump these dudes. Like, I'm going to give them something to think about. And anytime I ever do walk into the room thinking that way, I crash and burn. Like, it never looks good. It comes from an ego place. But whenever I walk into a conversation, truly like asking God to speak through me and like really, really like be present in the room for not just me, but for whoever I'm speaking to and whoever's looking up to the way he's thinking or moving. And how I see it is, God willing, if we do our jobs right, that me and Andrew are going to walk into the kingdom together. So I'd rather walk in with respect, like hold the door open for him, let him walk in. So I came in there just to learn about him and grow with him and get to learn his perspectives. And through that conversation, it naturally made him think. But it wasn't a way of like me, like, I'm going to stump you.
You didn't come in with an agenda.
Never. No, never would. I still think he's a phenomenal speaker. I think there's really cool traits that men could learn from him. I never went in there trying to get him to learn and adapt to be more like George Janko. I just wanted to know what his thoughts were about God and how he, but also it's like out of all the people I ever interviewed, he was one of my favorites just because of how authentic and real he spoke. I got to chill. I'm already giving him too much compliments.
Yeah. Okay.
And the way I looked in his eyes,
you don't sound gay. It's okay.
He's just so beautiful.
So
it just gets back even worse.
So tell me this. So, I think this is unfair, but I'm seeing a lot of like heat on certain podcasts for like platforming Trump, right? And it's like, yeah, how did you guys not know that he was going to do X, Y, and Z, right? And then people for having a guest on, it's like people feel like that's an endorsement of everything that guest has ever stood for or been a part of, right? And so like with Tate, was there ever backlash you caught for the stuff that was around him and the cases and all that kind of stuff? Or did you not even hear that or think about it? Because I think anybody in their right, any podcaster in their right mind is going to sit down with the president. They'll take an interview with Andrew Tate. Just because, one, if you're going in there without motives and you're like, I'm just curious and I want to have a good conversation, right? No, I'm not endorsing and stamping everything this person's ever did. Do you think that did you catch any of that feedback, critique on any of your guests? And do you think that's a fair critique?
When I went to go start doing my own work, I promised myself that I would only move in a way that pleases God. And so I will sit down with any man, filthy or righteous. Like I will sit down with every man because how I see it, dude, is nobody's a dirtier rag than me. And Jesus sat at my table. He didn't even make me go to him or have to obey or do all these things. As a filthy, dumb pile of dirt, the most holy of holy gods sat at my table and talked to me. So who am I to ever look at any other man and say like, oh, I don't want to have a conversation with him? And like all of the smoke I ever get, I've learned that the truth will come out. If I deserve it, I pray that it comes out. If I didn't deserve it, I pray that it comes out. Like whatever God has for me, it will always be good for me. If it's to break me, praise him. If it's to build me, praise him. So I kind of like read comments and the ones that affect me, that I'm like, oh, you know what? I do cut the guests off. I need to be better at speaking. Or, you know what? I shouldn't be swearing so much if I really want to be trying to walk in obedience. So like these type of things, I'll actually take to my heart and reflect. But if somebody's like, yo, he's so-and-so and he did this and that, I listen to it, but I don't really, it doesn't stick with me because I just think of the person who's pointing is also like, we're all equal. So I don't get the point of belittling somebody or thinking that they're not worth speaking to. So I just don't register it. And also I was blessed with being hated as a young age. So like being hated with the whole, like the Bobby Lee incident, the impulsive incident, the Sam Shimon incident, all these things, I'm very used to it. And I always learned that when the time is right and it's pleasing to the Lord, he'll lift me. And all of the dust and webs and all the things, they'll fall. It doesn't come with me. So I don't stick and feel too much about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting as someone that is navigating different conversations and that line between, are you quote unquote platforming somebody or are you endorsing somebody? And I think so much of that, in my opinion, is unfair because I've had that. I've had people on and you're running interference. It's a softball interview, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm just trying to have good conversations.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm trying to have good conversations. And I think that there should be space for people to have good conversations. So I was just genuinely curious about that with some of your guests.